Video Setting up the SparkFun ESP8266. In this video, we are going to look at how to power up the SparkFun ESP8266 thing using the USB. Next, we will learn how to power up the board using the LiPo battery. After that, we will see how to charge the LiPo battery. Then, we will see how to install the SparkFun ESP8266 add-on with the Arduino board manager. We will wrap up the video by making the onboard LED blink. Powering the thing. The thing provides for two methods of power delivery, USB or LiPo. To power up the thing using the USB, use a micro B USB cable. Connect one end to the thing and the other end to your laptop. Next, turn the switch on. When we power up, the power LED should light up. The power LED is on, showing that the board is powered. To power the thing with a LiPo battery, use the 2-pin JST connector to connect the battery to the thing. If the battery is already charged, then the board will be powered up and you'll be able to see the power LED on. What do you do if you want to charge your LiPo battery? Well, if you want to charge the battery, then connect both the USB and the LiPo to the thing. The thing will take the power from the USB port and charge the LiPo battery up to 500 milliamperes. Really cool, isn't it? When the battery is getting charged, you should be able to see the charging LED light up. How to program and debug the thing? Here is what we are going to do. First, we are going to connect the SparkFun ESP8266 thing to your development computer. We are going to make this connection through an FTDI USB to serial connector. The 6 serial communication pins of the thing will perfectly connect to the FTDI USB to serial connector. Here we go. Now, the thing is connected to the laptop, which will be used to program and debug the thing. When you open the Arduino serial monitor, sometimes the ESP8266 thing goes into the bootloader mode and you will end up seeing gibberish on the screen. If this happens to you, here is what you do. There is a DTR jumper on the bottom of the board. You can cut the trace on the back and install a 2-pin male header combined with the 2-pin jumper. If the jumper is present, then the board can be programmed. If you want to enable the serial terminal mode, simply remove this jumper. Let us download the Arduino IDE. The Arduino IDE is an open source software that makes it easy to write code and upload it to development boards. When you download, choose the appropriate download version for your machine. After you complete the download, follow the instructions to complete the setup. After the setup is complete, launch the IDE. Third-party boards like the SparkFun ESP8266 thing can be added to the Arduino IDE through the board manager. To start with, you will need to update the board manager with a custom URL. Open up the Arduino, go to the Preferences under File, and then copy the URL shown in the Additional Board Manager URL text box. The installation may take some time, but once done, you will get an installed next to the entry. Next, from the Tools menu, go to the Boards submenu. From there, select the SparkFun ESP8266 thing. Make sure that you select the correct one, as there is also a SparkFun ESP8266 thing development board. We are not using the development board here, so select just the SparkFun ESP8266 thing option. Now that we have selected the correct board, let us do the Hello World equivalent in embedded systems. Let us blink an LED. The thing has an onboard LED connected to pin 5, so let us make it blink. Next, on the Tools menu, go to Port and select the serial device of the board from the Tools/Serial Port menu. This is likely to be COM3 or higher. Go to the Examples section and select the Blink Sketch. What is a sketch? Sketch is just a fancy name for Arduino programs. Here we are using the Arduino IDE, so we will call our tiny program a sketch as well. Once inside the blink sketch, modify it as shown in the screen. Firstly, let us define the pin 5 as ESP8266_LED. Code written inside the setup function will be executed only once at the beginning of the sketch. Here we are setting the pin 5, called here as ESP8266_LED, as an output pin. The GPIO pins can be used as input or output. So we are using the pin mode function to explicitly set the pin 5 as an output pin. Anything inside a loop keeps getting executed for an infinite number of times till the hardware is restarted. Using the function digital write, we are setting the output pin 5 to high, that is high output. Setting the output of the pin 5 to high makes the LED connected to the pin to glow. The delay function introduces a delay in milliseconds. Here the argument 500 introduces a delay of 500 milliseconds. Next, using the digital write function again, we set the pin 5 to low. Now the LED stops lighting up. We are introducing the delay again. This loop gets repeated over and over again. Now simply click the upload button in the environment. If the upload is successful, the message done uploading will appear in the status bar. Here it is the delay that introduces the blinking effect. What will happen if you increase the delay period by changing the argument in the delay function to 1000 instead of 500? What will happen if the delay is reduced to 250 milliseconds? Try it out for yourself. Summary: in this video, we learned how to set up the thing and made the onboard LED blink. Along the way, we learned how to connect the thing to your computer through a FTDI connector. We also learned how to configure the Arduino IDE for the SparkFun ESP8266 thing. In the next video, we will learn about the upcoming projects in this section and the components required for the same.